Hey guys, Steve here. In this video I'm going to do a quick unboxing and then look at the features to the brand new Panasonic GX7. I'll then also show you a few test shots taken with the camera itself. The outside of the box gives us some information on the main features, like the newly developed 16 megapixel live MOS sensor, full high definition video at 50 frames a second, the 1040k dot tiltable touchscreen, and also the facility to use Wi-Fi and NFC. Jumping straight into the unboxing, Panasonic have kept with the same design for the packaging used for the majority of their cameras. The first items we see are the advanced operations disc to be installed on your computer along with some editing software. We also have a small booklet giving you some of the physical basic instructions on the camera. Like most Micro Four Thirds cameras, they come with the lens hood. The GX7 comes with a small box which prevents the contents from being loose and keeps them tidy. Inside we expect to find all the essentials needed. Firstly, there is a charging cradle for the battery to sit in, the mains cable to connect the cradle to the power socket on the wall, a very small neck strap with the GX7 logo on, the lens and body cap for when removing or changing the lens on the camera, one Panasonic only connection to USB cable for data transfer, and also a 1025 mAh lithium battery with the model number of BLG10. For the final piece in the box, the Panasonic GX7. My first impressions is that the camera has a much more retro style design than the rest of the G series range, and how much smaller it was than I thought it was going to be. The back of the camera holds the tiltable screen, the 90-degree tiltable live viewfinder, and the main operation buttons. They've included a very nice grip on the right of the camera to add extra support. On the front, this particular model comes with a newly designed 14-42 lens with the aperture of 3.5 to 5.6. Like most of the Panasonic cameras, it comes loaded with the Lumix logo and the model number in various places just so you don't forget. One of the best features about this camera is easily the live viewfinder, which can focus using the slider underneath. The ability to use it as a 90-degree angle really helps taking those slightly awkward to get photos, even when in bright conditions. To the left of the eyepiece is the sensor to automatically change from the screen to the live view. To the right we have a button which will activate the pop-up flash. This can be closed by pushing it back into the camera. If you decide not to use the built-in flash, there is also a shoe adapter where you can mount your own. Like I mentioned earlier, they have added a new lens which is designed not to extend as far as the previous model. On the top right we have the shutter and video button. They have added a scroller to the shutter button for operating the settings, and then the main preset wheel to change between modes like aperture and shutter, and finally the on-off switch. Once first switched on, we can see the impressive level system they have added this year to the brightly lit screen. Towards the top we have an easy access switcher to change between the auto and manual focus. We then have another scroller to be used with the right thumb, which is easy to change the settings for the shutter and aperture as shown here. Before going further into the camera, I took a few test shots to see how easy the camera was to operate and the type of quick photos it would produce. Although the last few photos were taken on a very cloudy day just after it being raining, the pictures came out much brighter than it was, but it still gave a feeling of the dull condition. Rather than keeping with the fixed screen, they continued with the idea of being able to tilt. Likewise with the viewfinder, you can tilt the screen up to almost 90 degrees to make it easy to take low down photos. However, if you were to take a high photo over a crowd for instance, the screen tilts down nowhere near the same amount it tilts up. The other problem with the tiltable screen is that you need to tilt it down to be able to access the flap where we can connect a mini HDMI cable, the AV connection to USB, and the remote port. Even if you think the grip is slightly larger than normal, it has not gone to wasted space. The grip houses the battery and also where we insert our SD card. The menu system is very similar to the rest of the 2013 range like the GH3 and the G6. We're able to change the aspect ratio of the photos, the picture size and quality. We can even use the touchscreen for slightly faster navigation rather than the up, down, left and right buttons. I was able to change the video settings between AVC HD and MP4 and even the frame rate from 50p to 24p. They even include the option to shoot with live filters so you can see what the photo will look like before the shutter is released. You can even change between many settings like the panorama mode and other presets like portrait, monochrome and sports. I was really impressed by this highly rated Panasonic GX7. The build quality along with the ease of use really stands out for me. There are only a few negative points like the lack of down tilt on the screen and the accessibility to the interface ports. Other than that, the only feature I would prefer would be the pull-out screen for the self-portrait option like on the GH3 and the G6. That's it for the GX7. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press the like button below and make sure that you subscribe for more videos to come. My name's Steve and thanks for watching.